Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. All right, everybody. We are here. We are, I don't know, what, 5 days into free agency, 6 days, I guess. A week until a week, 7 days since we were able to do that legal tampering period. I guess they call it the early negotiation period now. And, I wanted to get a little update on what's going on with the Raiders, what's going on with our free agency, give a couple of thoughts on some players that I'm interested in. Also talk a little bit about Geno, but before we do, we'll make sure everyone please like, comment, subscribe to this channel. It's a great way to support the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. And it's absolutely free. We will have some memberships coming up soon. And those memberships are going to have some nice little perks. I don't want to open memberships until I can offer something of substance other than early access to videos. I think that's kind of lame. I want to give you guys more stuff if you guys are paying your money to be a member. And it's the best way to support this channel is to subscribe, like, and comment on these videos, and watch some of the other videos too if you'd like. And ultimately, it's the bare minimum you can do to support this channel. Other than doing absolutely nothing and just watching. But yeah, either way, it's good. Let's move on to a topic that I think that we all, have been thinking about is wide receiver free agent fits. Now, I got a couple of players here. I talked about one already. I want to talk about a new one right now. I think by the thumbnail, you may have already guessed who it is. Some of you, Columbo sleuths out there. I'm very concerned about this wide receiving core that we have right now. And again, stats and rankings, it's not the end all be all, okay? But when it's really pushed one way or the other on the extreme, then you have to take notice, right? For example, a couple years ago at the tail end of the 2023 season, when AP took over the last 9 games, that defense was humming. Right? They were number 1 in points allowed. They were number 1 in turnovers. They were number 1 in defensive turnovers. Like, they were doing a really good job on defense, and they were number 1 in a lot of stats. So are stats the most important thing as far as these peripheral stats? Not necessarily, but when they're very extreme one way or the other, yeah, you have to take a look at it. I'm going to talk about Trey Tucker for a second because ESPN Advanced Stats had these stats pulled up about ranking wide receivers. And overall, in these 3 categories, Trey Tucker ranked absolutely dead last in these categories, which was a surprise for me. And now there's a couple of things that we can do to explain this away, but when you're dead last at something, it's not a good thing. It's not a good sign. Let's get into it first, and we'll go ahead and get a little bit of context. Okay, context is king. So let's look at what we're actually looking at as far as stat wise, and then let's go into the context. Okay. So the 3 areas that are being judged are getting open. Like how often does the receiver get open per route run, catches per route run, and also yards after catch. I think this is pretty good. It's like, how often are you showing yourself available to get the ball by getting open? How often are you catching the ball per how often are you out in the route? And how many yards are you getting after you catch the ball? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. 116 receivers were eligible. Scale is 1 to 100. Okay, just in case you didn't know. Trey Tucker was the 3rd worst at getting open. Now, I understand that he didn't run a very robust route tree. And that could be by design. It could be just Luke Getsy early, and then, the law office of Turner and Turner just setting him out deep as a decoy a bunch of times. I get that. I understand. But Trey Tucker is not the only receiver in the league that does that. You're still ranking dead last in something overall. 3rd worst is still pretty bad. he ranked 23rd to the bottom. So it's not on the good side in catch rate per route. So he's not catching a lot of balls per amount of snaps that he's taken. Again, it could be because he's being decoyed a lot. I get that. I understand. But you have to take a look at overall being dead last. It's still not good. And he was 33rd worst in yards after catch. This screams a lot to over-the-top safety help, to where he's not allowed to get the ball in space. It also points to a lot of just a lack of creativity offensively, and the fact that he was used primarily as a decoy. Again, that's not – it's not unique in the NFL. Like, Trey Tucker is not like a unique snowflake when it comes to being a decoy in an offense. So to be ranked absolutely dead last in something is still pretty bad, even if you are a decoy. So we need to have an upgrade there. We got to be honest with ourselves, okay? It does us no good to lie to ourselves, all right? Our receiving corps needs serious help. As much as I love Jakobi Meyers, and I really did love that move, even when we first brought him over, I thought it was a really good move. I don't know that he's a number one receiver. I don't know that you can line him out on his own at an X and say, okay, get open in front of their best guy. Consistently, I don't know. He's been shown to be able to get open when you move him around, and he's done a great job for us, and I'm not complaining about Jakobi Meyers whatsoever. I just don't think he's a true number one receiver. We need one. So what do? That's what we have for agency. That's why we have salary cap, right? Now, Cooper Kupp signed with the Seahawks. And although I think he was paid, quite handsomely, I think, for who he is currently and his availability, it's a signing that's going to have a ripple effect throughout the NFL, because now that a big dog got paid, right? A big dog like a Cooper Kupp, got like a veteran guy, Super Bowl MVP, guy was a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year, stuff like that. This kind of guy, right? Well, now there's a gauge of, okay, if this is what he's getting, and I'm this percentage of him, then I should get this much. So it's really important that first domino fell, because now you're going to see a lot of these. You didn't see a lot of these guys getting picked up at free agency. You saw some guys getting traded, like DK Metcalf. He got traded to the Steelers, and then they were able to negotiate as an extension, or not a full-on brand new contract. So it's a little bit different when the thing like that happened with like DK Metcalf. When it happened to Cooper Kupp, he was out on the street for anyone to pick up, anyone where he wanted to go, let's say. So that free agent contract that he got with the Seahawks is going to make a ripple effect throughout the veteran wide receivers that are free agents currently in the NFL. One of them was pretty interesting. That leads me to my next guy we're going to talk about, Monsieur Keenan Allen. Veteran receivers come with risks. All right. Veteran receivers come with risks. So it's up to the front office to kind of weigh those risks and have a good plan set aside. Prime example. So Dallas Cowboys traded a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, right? And what they did was they talked to a lot of people in Amari Cooper's life at the time, and they got to know Amari Cooper a little bit better. They found out he loves playing chess. So the Dallas Cowboys, before they traded for him, or right when they traded for him, they talked to a bunch of guys on the team. Hey, who likes playing chess? Let's form a chess club and have Amari Cooper join that chess club when he joins the team. That's putting the position to be a little bit more comfortable when they come in, right? Okay, with Keenan Allen, easy for me to say. With Keenan Allen, the issue is soft tissue injuries, and normally it's going to be leg injuries with him. Again, we talked about the Cooper Kupp signing. I don't know that Keenan Allen would command a salary like Cooper Kupp, probably a little bit less. He's a little bit older. He's been a little bit injury prone more often. His last 2 seasons with the Chargers, this last season with the Bears, he was still productive when he was on the field, but that passing offense, just talk about, like, they got rid of Luke Getson. They brought another bum in there to be the offensive coordinator. It didn't go all that great. It's going to be a little bit different with Ben Johnson, but that's for them to figure out. Keenan Allen's big weapon, his big advantage for the Raiders, and let me know if you've heard this before, is his versatility. He can be completely comfortable lining up outside every single play, or you can move him around. He can get open anywhere. That's his superpower, is just getting open. The issue is when you're a little bit older, and as you get older, your explosion tends to diminish. How much has that diminished for Keenan Allen? Or how much does the explosive nature of his game coming in and out of breaks, what toll has that taken on his body up until now? And how much can his body handle moving forward? These are all very, very excellent questions, which is why I asked them. But I'm concerned about Keenan Allen for this reason. I don't feel like he's going to command a salary like Cooper Kupp, but it's going to be Cooper Kupp-esque, a Cooper Kupp light. And I don't know that we're in a position right now to spend that kind of money on a 32-year-old wide receiver with 3 years in a row of injury history. On top of that, I don't know that he necessarily would want to come here. I think he would want to go at the end of his career, want to go to a place where he feels, he being King, pronouns, pal. Keenan Allen, I believe he would want to go to a team where Keenan Allen feels like he would have a better chance to win. Not saying that we can't win, but this is in the mind of Keenan Allen. We want to get in there for a second. We talked about the scheme fit for Elijah Moore. The scheme fit for Keenan Allen is just as good. Get open on anyone. He can move around the formation in and out, and he's equally as good working in any position. As far as being a dependable target, his hands are like flypaper. Like, he's going to be able to catch anything that comes his way, which is good because you want to have that other reliable target for your quarterback. Geno Smith coming in, he wants to be able to have that guy, that safety blanket. Jacoby Myers is really good, really sure-handed. Brock Bowers is outstanding, extremely sure-handed. I'm not saying that Trey Tucker is not, but he hasn't been quite as sure-handed, let's just say. Adding another guy like Keenan Allen with the ability to catch the ball that he has, I think would be a benefit to the quarterback position, regardless who's playing it. It's going to be Geno Smith, and I think it's going to be something that's going to help. Should this happen, it's going to be a situation where they have to start working with each other right away, because I can definitely see Keenan Allen as a safety blanket for Geno Smith. The thing that we have to take a look at here is the Broncos are signing everybody. Everybody who has an injury history, the Broncos are. If you're really good and have an injury history, the Broncos are going to sign you. I wanted Dre Greenlaw for our linebacker. They signed him. I wanted Hufanga for our safety. Freaking Broncos signed him. The Broncos are said to be interested in Keenan Allen as well, for similar reasons. They need a veteran presence at wide receiver. They want to have a guy that can be a safety blanket for their young quarterback. Check mark, check mark. Injury concerns really doesn't concern the Broncos because they're hiring. In the rehab facility. If you have injury history, go ahead and submit your application to the Denver Broncos, because we're probably going to hire you. I'll tell you this right now. Keenan Allen is going to be an upgrade to whoever we had in that spot last season. Hands down. He's still that good. He's just not quite the Keenan Allen that I think we all remember. It's a possibility. It's out there. We'll see if it pans out. We'll see if they go with Elijah Moore. We'll see if the Raiders go with Keenan Allen or someone in that range. There's a couple names that also has been bounced around here. So I believe that in order for this offense to run the way we want it to run, we need to have some professional route runners out there to be able to get open, because it's vital for this offense to be on time, and the more Geno Smith can trust each specific target to be where they're supposed to be at the right time when they're supposed to be there, the easier that the offense will run, and the more impact the whole misdirection and screen game and stuff like that Chip Kelly brings is going to work. Guys, thank you very much. That's my time. I appreciate you guys today. Look, we made massive leaps the last few days. The subscriptions have been going through the roof. It's all because of you guys. You guys are getting the word out. You guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. What that does is it helps keep Raiders versus the World at the top of the list for YouTube. I'm letting you guys a little bit behind the curtains here. So it really does help. You guys watching the videos and commenting and liking and subscribing to the videos, it really does help. What does that do? The ability for me to get more resources into this channel is going to allow me to do better things for you guys. It's going to allow me to do giveaways. It's going to allow me to do live shows, on location live shows. It's going to allow me to give you guys things that you're going to want for memberships. So let's keep going, guys. I really appreciate it. We were about, as of right now, we're about 1,500 subscribers. For having started this maybe 2 months ago, I think that's pretty damn good. So it's all because of you guys. I greatly appreciate it, man. Make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this and other videos in this channel. It really helps me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. It's the absolute bare minimum you can do to help this channel besides sitting there and just watching and doing absolutely nothing. Either way, I appreciate you guys. All right, guys, be ready and in tune for a couple of videos coming out this week about some other free agent signings and extensions. But until then, everybody, peace. I will see you on the flip side, ladies and gentlemen. Bang. Hey, Raider Nation, thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button, drop a comment, make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.